Hello and welcome to the German in Japan channel. Well, today we are going to talk about one of the prefectures of Japan, a specific location about Beppu Onsen in particular. So, Beppu is quite famous. It's located in the south of Japan. It's called Kyushu, and just let's have a look at the map so you know for sure where it is. Just hit Google Earth and then type in, it's already there here. Have a look, and you can already see the picture right here on the right side. Quite a nice town. The city itself is quite small, so not a big city. Also the region is not so big. The whole thing in the south of Japan is called Kyushu. We have a few major cities like Fukuoka and like Kumamoto in the middle, and or down here we have Kagoshima. So one of the few major cities there. I visited them all, so I went like a round trip on Kyushu. And I also took a stop at Beppu. And Beppu's really famous for all the hot springs, especially for they say for the onsen of hell. And let's take a deeper dive into it, and then we'll see. Well, let's take a closer look at. Let's say Beppu Onsen boasts the largest number of hot springs in the world and the highest yield of hot spring water in Japan. These factors make it a famous hot spring resort. Well, you kind of see, for example, here's one. Let's have a look at the color. It's really have light blue teal color. Actually, there are a lot of them, like 15 or more, with different shapes and different colors, and they have also different names. And they have also various kinds of degrees, from 80 degrees, 90 degrees, 100 and more. So it's not like soaking in the bath, in the onsen, it's just enjoying the view. Well, this is the area of Beppu. You can see there's a lot of hot steam coming out of the ground. And it's quite famous, it says here. The area itself has a long history, has been described in texts dating from the beginning of the 8th century. It's ranked as one of Japan's 3 major hot spring areas. So maybe you know Hakone and more in the direction of Hokkaido, but here south there it's really famous for. Well, let's take a closer look how to access Beppu. Yeah, here you have a train. Actually, I just went by car, so I arrived at the airport of Fukuoka. So if you take a look at the map, Fukuoka is here on the left side. Somewhere here is the airport. Actually, it was nice, beautiful blue sky, nice weather, beautiful landscape, and then just rented a car and then went here a full round trip through Kyushu. Because Kyushu is kind of remote area. It's hard to get from A to B, so if you are going to rent a car, it's much easier. Also, you can enjoy the landscape while driving. So I just rented the car and went straight to Beppu. It was my first destination after Fukuoka. But of course, you can also take the train from Hakata from Fukuoka. That's the main station of Fukuoka. By the way, Fukuoka is a really nice city. I really enjoyed the city, but more about Fukuoka in another video. So you can take the train. It says it takes about 2 hours and 5,500 yen. So 5,000, so $55 or around about 45 euros or so. Quite expensive actually, but it's a long distance, and it says every hour you can go there, so why not? And this also say you can take a ferry or ship right from Osaka, but I wouldn't recommend it. Takes way too long. Just rent a car, drive around, enjoy the nature, enjoy the landscape. Actually, it was a bit difficult to drive on the left side, but since it's just a rural area, there isn't that much traffic, so you just drive on the highway, so it was okay. Well, what else do we have? You can also travel by bus. Bus is always the cheapest option, as you should know. They're kind of a lot of passes. like in Tokyo and Kyoto, Osaka, every major city got a pass. So you can like a discount, like a special deal you can do for 1 day or more days. Like here, for example, 3 days, just drive there and stay overnight and then return and so on. And yeah, and if you're there, like I said, there are quite a lot of these onsens. They're called the Hells of Beppu, also Jigoku it's actually called. And here you have a red one. And here is also named Chinoike Jigoku. So blood pond hell. A lot of iron inside, so that's the reason it's mainly red. And it says, oh, 100 degrees, so you can't take a bath inside there. And interesting is, if you have a look at this picture here, you see like a long stick, kind of skewer, and inside there is a basket. And I was wondering about what is the meaning, and then I took a close look. Actually, it's you take some eggs and put it in the basket, and then for a couple of minutes, let's say 5 or 6, and then you have boiled eggs. But well, you know, the water is quite sulfuric, so you can imagine the taste or the smell. The taste is really good, but the smell around these kind of jigokus, just onsens, it's not so pleasant, and so was also the smell of the eggs. But also you can have some steamed dishes. What was quite tasty. And for example, we have here blue water, so they have different names. This is sea hell. So we have Umi Jigoku. Umi is the sea, and then Jigoku hell. And then, yeah, of course, you have also ones that were 150 degrees, so take a dip and you're done. You can buy a ticket, costs about 2000 yen, and then you just can walk around the city of Beppu. So it's not just one place, at various places throughout Beppu. And there are some gates you have to access, and you just buy one full day pass, like kind of theme park pass or so, and then you walk around and take a look at all of them. I took the whole tour. Actually, there's a map and you can collect stamps, and I collected all of them. I do not remember the number, but had to be about 15 or so. Then you have Jukugumushi. That was the thing I talked about earlier, so you have to hear the eggs. And various restaurants, you can have the steamed cuisine. It was super tasty, especially here the shrimps, and I didn't have any sausages actually, but it was some veggies and some eggs in there. Well, I really enjoyed it. It was quite a specialty of Beppu, of Kyushu, Oita Prefecture. Jigokumishi literally means hell steamed. It's a cooking style specific to the area around the Hells of Beppu. That's what I mentioned. Broth excess oil and surface scum is simply removed by the steam's 100-degree temperatures. Deepens the flavor. Actually, it's super true, deepens the flavor. You have really special kind of flavor you cannot imagine, you just have to try it. So it's really hard to describe the flavor. I never had the pudding. Actually, it's the first time I see that they also serve the pudding, hell steamed pudding. I didn't know that it was possible. I just had some ice cream with some plate gold on it. So it was also special for this region. So yeah, dessert. But pudding? Then I missed something. Next time I will go there, I will definitely go for the pudding, because I'm a great fan of pudding. And so now we have like 5 recommendations. This is like the entrance point where you can get also the tickets. Yeah. And all the information for tourists and so on. And then you can also scout around. Actually, I stayed at this hotel. It's the Suginoi Hotel. It's up a bit uphill, and you have a great, amazing view over Beppu. Can you imagine? Here's one of the like kind of spa on the roof. I also went there. It was in the price of the hotel, so it was like you also got the discount. And then you just relax here and then enjoy the nature. I really, that's the reason I always love to travel to Japan. Well, and there was also bowling hall. You can play some bowling there and some various hot springs inside the hotel, and a lot of things, games center and so everything in the hotel. So yeah, quite enjoyed it. And then I went out and to have some tsunamishi. Actually, it's called here Kamegawa Onsen. I forgot the name, but tsunamishi means take a sand bath. It's like a sauna. So you go there because the sand is really hot and steamy, and then you get buried into the sand. So you have some people that help you to get buried in the sand, and then it's really exhausting to stay there. I just managed to be like in there like 12 or 15 minutes. And then you really start to sweat, you really feel the weight on you. Sand is really heavy. I didn't expect it, this one, but the impression, the feeling was really awesome. And afterwards you just clean off the sand, and then you're going to the onsen, just enjoy hot spring. For example, here you can go to these are real onsens where you can take a bath, not like one of the Jigoku, not of the Hells, but real onsen. You can just dip in, take a sink and enjoy. Actually, I'm missing some onsen where you can have also drink. It's not allowed to have a drink while being in the onsen, but imagine having a cold beer and then just enjoy the nature, and then you're in the onsen. Yeah, should be amazing. Then I also heard about the Miyoban onsen, about the mud baths, but I didn't went there because for me it was too dirty actually, and the weather wasn't nice either, so just skipped for this one. But it's one of the top lists and also famous there in Beppu. Also good for skincare, so maybe if you were you say like skincare is really important to me, so then go there. And there are also some various shops where you can buy souvenirs, and you can also buy the mud there. And then when you're home, you can just enjoy your own mud bath at home in the bathtub. There were various stores. I also took a stroll and went just for sightseeing, check out the stores from outside. Just went a few of them. For example, it says here, in Beppu there are many general stores with unique atmosphere. Visiting each store is one way to fully enjoy the area. Spiker boutique located about 10 minutes away on foot from Beppu station. You can find here a special selection of various items, including bags, daily necessaries, more from Oita and Kyushu, especially for beauty related things. They have a lot of things there. There's also some amusement park. I just have seen it from far away. Here you have like a view about it. And it's made out of wood. I'm always cautious about these roller coasters made of wood, because you always feel a bit insecure. It always could be like damage from weather, just withstand just rotting down or something like this. So you never know when it's your last roller coaster ride. But nonetheless, they have a high standard of security. They do a lot of checks every day, so it should be safe at last, right? And if you are together with your girlfriend or your wife and you want to go to another beautiful place, just hit the aquarium. Actually in every region there is aquarium, and since Beppu is located next to the sea, next to the ocean, you have also find a lot of sea life there. And for example, the umi always means sea, and tamago is the egg. So it's like the sea egg. It's the name of the aquarium, and then you can just enjoy and have a look at all the sharks, and basically that's it. I also went to the really top #1 famous restaurant. It was really hard to get a place there, a reservation. Toriten it's called. And I thought like, Toriten, is it like karage, so fried chicken? Yes, it is karage, but it's a different name, Toriten, because it's a specialty of Beppu Onsen of Oita. And they just serve this dish, maybe some veggies or so, like a side dish, but this is the main dish they serve. And the people all from the whole world come to Beppu, to Oita, to Toriten to enjoy this style of fried chicken. Let's have a look. Toriten is similar to karage, yet different in that the outer layer of the chicken meat is made of flour, not starch. Yes, yeah, consistency is much, yeah, it's different. The dish is eaten by squeezing kabasu. Ah, that was the reason, because it was tasted a bit fruity, and I was wondering like, hey, where's the, yeah, this kind of taste comes from. A citrus fruit, a local Oita specialty, on the chicken tempura flavoring with either soy or ponzu sauce. I took soy sauce. Despite being a fried dish, it's easy on the stomach, and locals would agree that's really left. Yeah. Also hard to get a parking lot there because it was, yeah, really crowded there. I didn't went for the other dishes here, like special kind of ramen, because I went there for one day, and the next day I were on the road to Misaki down there, the famous gorges and so on there, really beautiful in the next video. But I heard there are more specialties like the beef funk, and beef raised in nature, abundant Oita is so tender as melt and infused mouth flavor. So it's not Kobe beef, it's Oita beef. Oita bongo beef. And this name is really special strict conditions. Actually, nowadays every region got their own wagyu, their own style of beef. We don't only have Kobe beef. Actually, Kobe beef, it's a bit too fatty to me. I really love Matsutake beef, and yeah, for Matsushima Bay and so on. There, yeah, a lot of regions you can enjoy the wagyu beef. And of course, because Beppu is located next to the sea, you have a lot of sushi you can eat and so on. Here's a recommendation. So on day 1 in the morning, let's head to the famous spots along the Hells of Beppu, so the Jigoku. Lunch should naturally be the local specialty Jikoku mushi, so steamed meal dishes. It would also be a great idea to rest at a cafe, sweets in the corner, serving a cake. Ah yeah, having a lunch cake, it's, yeah, not my type of cake, I would say. In the afternoon, experience the sand baths at Betukai in Sunayu, and the math baths at Beppu Onsen where you land. It would be amazing if you were able to stay at Suginoi Hotel. I stayed there. A hot spring hotel boasting a superb view. Actually, I would recommend to stay more there. There are a lot of things you can do there, and one day stay, it's just not enough. I would recommend at least to stay 2 days overnight, but 3 days would be better, even better. So day 2 in the morning would be great to take your time visiting the general store in Beppu. Those who want to spend leisure time should visit the aquarium we saw earlier. And for lunch, yeah, you can just go to Toriten, for example, or other food stalls in the evening, and then your second day is over. And then you should move on just to the next city, next destination, or just return back to Fukuoka, to Hakata. I really enjoyed Beppu for one day. Just have a look at this amazing view. Let's head back to Google Earth, and the next day I just move on down here. This is Oita, the whole prefecture. These mountains, by the way, they're really active. One of the active ones in the whole of Japan, and also on one of the top world ranking lists. So if you wanted to see some amazing, beautiful views, just went there here, for example Mount Aso, but I skipped it for another day, for another trip. Just went down here the whole way, just enjoyed the nature to Misaki Prefecture, and then there was a beautiful gorge, and you can rent a boat and drive through the gorge, and yeah, enjoy waterfalls, really amazing nature and so on. And then you can take the whole round trip to Kagoshima, or on the way back it was, or here way back to Kumamoto. Where is it? Here is it. So nice round trip you can do. Just I was there for 7 or 8 days, so you can just have a few stops and then move on. I know I just could manage to be 7 days in Kumamoto, 7 days in Beppu, or 7 days in Fukuoka, and then I would experience more of the Japanese culture. But yeah, I would say just want to get in touch with Kyushu, the whole southern of Japan, and it was really beautiful.